Audit Ed is bringing us this episode. Please click the following link, subscribe to his channel, and give him the recognition he merits. Ed is outside a university campus in this episode with a camera, and for some reason, that's enough to start a full-fledged reaction. The cop's opening is unclear. Before providing any explanation, they set the tone by portraying him as a problem. There is no yelling or showmanship in what follows. Ed is gently pressuring them to state out what they genuinely believe he has done. He links them to specifics each time they rely on suspicion. He forces them to commit whenever they allude to a power. Additionally, it gets more difficult for them to justify their intervention the longer it lasts. Welcome to LawScope UK, where police encounters are broken down by the law, not opinion.
Alright, are you guys here for me?
Yeah, hi.
Oh, why? Can you maintain your distance there?
Can. Of course, yeah.
And also identify yourselves. Did you just switch your camera on?
Yeah.
Alright, please don't delete that. I'll be requesting a copy, alright? Also yours, please don't delete that. I'll be requesting a copy.
Deleted. Of course.
Alright, can you identify yourselves, please,
Can I
officers?
ask you first, sorry, what was your first name, my friend?
I'm not at liberty to give you that. When you approach a member of the public, you identify yourself. That's your policy, so identify yourself.
Okay. So my name is Simon Tops, Police Constable 693, Simon Tops, Avon, Somerset Police.
And yours is?
My colleague.
5512 Josh Burnell.
Alright, and what crime have I committed, or do you suspect me of committing?
Okay, what are you being so hostile?
I'm not being hostile, I'm just asking you, because when police approach me,
Yeah.
police come to deal with crimes, do they not?
Not necessarily, no.
What do they come to deal with? Civil matters?
Well, we're here to prevent crime.
So what crime do you suspect me of about to commit?
Not suggesting you're committing a crime at all. So.
Alright then.
What was your first name, so I can talk to you on first name basis?
No, it's fine, I'm not going to give you that.
Okay. Are you filming at the moment?
I am indeed, for my own
Okay, what's the
protection.
purpose of you filming?
My own purpose.
Right.
Ed needs to ask them to identify themselves after they approach him without any background information or introduction, which speaks volumes about how casually they entered the conversation. Rather of responding to the straightforward query, "What offense do you suspect?" they immediately switch to accusing him of being hostile. When someone merely asks officers to explain their presence, that word is used way too frequently. Requesting grounds is not hostile. It's stating the requirement that they must fulfill before participating. They would be able to express it right away if they truly thought that an offense had occurred.
Can I ask why you're here at the
Can I
meeting?
ask you a question? Am I being detained?
No, you're not being detained, no.
See you later then.
But you can't go through there.
I just asked the gentleman if I could go through and he
Okay,
said yeah.
Chris?
Did you not just tell me the way to the bus station?
You did ask me where the buses are.
And left at the machine and all the way down?
I did say that.
Yeah.
Okay, can
Okay.
I just...
No, you can't actually.
Okay, well, whilst you're walking, I'll just make it quite
Are you
clear
following
for
me?
I'm not following
You're
you.
harassing me.
I'm not harassing
I'm trying
you,
to
I'm
walk
talking
away.
to
Okay,
you.
I'm going to go this way instead then.
No, if you...
So if you no, I'm going to go to the bus stop.
Okay.
Okay. Leave me alone. All right.
Okay, that's fine. If you make your way to the bus stop, that'd be great.
I'm not going. You're not going to follow me.
What?
Which way are you going?
Sorry?
Which way are you going?
Look, if you don't want me to follow...
I'm just asking you which way you're going.
I'm not here to call...
I'm just asking you which way you're going.
It doesn't matter which way I go, I can go whichever way I like. I'm not being...
All right, I'll wait for you to go then.
I'm not being dictated to by you...
Do you know your
where
oath?
I go, alright?
Do you know your oath?
Yeah, I do.
Can you say it to me?
No,
I'll start you
I'm
off.
not going to say it to you.
I'll start you off.
I'm not here to justify my actions.
No,
to
you're
you.
here to uphold the law.
I am
Have I
upholding
broken it?
Not at the moment, you haven't.
So leave me alone.
They assure him that he is not in custody. He therefore begins to depart, doing exactly what a person who is not in custody is allowed to do. The tone changes once more at that point. As if freedom only existed in theory, they suddenly follow him and demand to know where he's going. It is not possible to have it both ways. You're either limiting someone's mobility or you're not. After that, it becomes ego. The cop declines when Ed begs him to recite his oath as a reminder of the standards he must adhere to, not as a theatrical exercise. He claims he is exempt from having to defend himself. That is the encounter's most telling line. Police work is not a private club where justifications are not required.
This isn't consensual.
That's fine.
Policing by consent. Leave me alone.
Okay, off you go then.
No, I will
Have a
go.
nice day.
I will go when I'm ready.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fine.
Cool.
Have a nice day.
I will. I'm actually having a lovely day.
Okay. If you could make your way to the bus station, though,
Why?
that would be great.
Why?
Okay, that's fine. I'm not here.
So why do you keep telling me what to do?
I'm not telling you what to
You
do.
are. You just said make your way to the bus station.
You
Like
said
what
you were
right?
making your way-
Can I just ask you? What right do you have to tell me what to do when I haven't broken the law?
Okay.
You haven't got a right to tell me what to do when I haven't broken the law. So stop trying to bully me.
I'm not trying to.
Yes,
bully
you are. You're trying to
find
tell
out-
me what to do.
I'm trying to find out why you're walking around a university
Because
with a camera.
I'll tell you why. Because I'm allowed to.
Okay.
Photography is not a
Some
crime.
of this university is private premises.
No, it's not. Bro.
It is.
Do you know?
Okay,
Are you familiar with Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act 1972?
No, I'm not.
No, you're
not
not. But you should be.
Okay.
Because it's the law.
Okay.
Which says at the material time of operating, the public are allowed access, whether upon payment or not.
To where?
Anywhere that is open. This is a public space. These lines were painted by the council.
The tone changes to one of subdued bullying. Instructions are given as though they are legal just because of authority. As if stating something with confidence makes it true, its private premises are the backup plan in case that doesn't work. Ed doesn't make emotive arguments. He jumps right inside the structure. He inquired as to the officer's familiarity with Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act of 1972, which acknowledges the right of access to areas where the general public is typically allowed. The cop acknowledges that he isn't. That is an important occasion. An officer is acting based on assumption rather than information when he enforces boundaries that he is not legally allowed to establish. Ed continues by pointing to the council road markings, which are public highway signs absent from truly limited area.
I think you're mistaken.
No,
Part of this
I'm not.
university is private property.
Can I just ask you
There
another
is
something?
public access.
If I was to
part
say
of the
to you,
university.
if I was to say to you, I'm not going anywhere, what could you do?
Sorry?
If I was to say to you, I'm not going to leave now, what could you do?
Well, I don't intend to do anything.
You
at the
couldn't.
moment.
You couldn't do anything because I haven't broken the law. When those guys rang you and reported a crime, what you should have said to them, he's not breaking
They
the
have
law.
reported a crime.
What did they do?
Reported a suspicious person filming at a
suspicion-
university campus.
Is photography a crime? You're recording. You're
Well, I
recording.
don't know.
You guys,
How
let me
do
just
I know
you,
that you're not filming for terrorist
do you know?
purposes?
You see that on your uniform?
Yep.
That thin blue line thing.
How
That
do
is
I-
an utter disgrace.
How do I know?
You disgrace the country with that.
How do I know that you're not filming for terrorist purposes?
So we
for
go.
example?
So we go on what we do know, what we don't, not what we don't.
Well, not necessarily.
No,
That's again
so-
where you're wrong. Isn't
Okay.
It?
So what reasonable suspicion do you have that I'm a terrorist,
Well,
sir?
you're filming a university campus.
So you're
with a
trying to get me
camera.
on Section 43.
No, I'm not.
So why'd you mention it then?
Well, because I'm just explaining that you seem to think that I can only act when a crime's been reported. but
No. You're more than willing to come up to me and ask me.
Yeah.
If you can articulate reasonable suspicion that I may be a terrorist,
Well, you're walking around a university campus with a camera. And
This is a uni.
And you won't explain why.
but I don't have to.
The mere act of security reporting somebody as suspicious does not automatically turn legal filming into illegal activity. It just indicates that the optics didn't appeal to someone. Ed poses the straightforward query, is recording itself illegal? They are unable to respond to it. How do we know you're not filming for terrorist purposes? Is what they immediately ask instead. That is not fact-based suspicion. In the worst scenario, that conjecture went too far. Ed's answer gets right to the heart of things. Instead of relying on your imagination, policing relies on your knowledge. You haven't expressed suspicion of a crime if the only action you can think of is keeping a camera in a public area. You've expressed your unease about being filmed.
Well, then that gives me suspicion of what your activity is.
So you think I'm a terrorist? You have reasonable suspicion that I am up to terrorist activities.
I don't know why.
I'm not engaged in any
why are you
hostile
filming?
reconnaissance because I can, as my rights allow me to. Is this not a free country?
Yeah. But
So, and am I not allowed to own a camera?
You are allowed to.
You're
own a camera.
filming. What's the difference between
You're
you
allowed
and
to own a
I?
camera, and you're allowed to film.
And what's
and
the
I'm
difference
not,
between you?
And I'm not preventing you from doing that.
But why
I'm
are you
not
accusing me of
turning
being
the
a
camera
terrorist
off.
then?
I'm not accusing you of being.
Well, why are
a
you saying I'm
terrorist.
suspicious?
I'm just saying there are some concerns about your
What concerns?
nature of why you're filming
What
an empty
concerns?
university.
What concerns?
But then it gives me suspicion for why you're here with a camera.
Suspicion is not a crime.
No, but it gives me grounds to do certain things if I feel it
Are
necessary.
you threatening me?
I'm not threatening you.
So
I'm
what do you mean
explaining
then?
what the law is.
Well, you don't know the law because that's not
Well,
right.
I think I do.
Well, tell me what reasonable suspicion you have.
Well, why are you filming a university when it's
I'm not
closed
telling you.
with a camera?
I'm not telling you.
Okay, well then I'm suspicious.
That's fine. You can be suspicious.
I can, yeah.
Yeah, you can.
But then I can also act on that suspicion
No, you
if I
can't.
feel it appropriate.
You can. Yeah, you can, and I'll sue you.
Okay, well, but that's my decision.
Yeah, I know. When you lose your job.
Well, I'm not doing that, am I?
No, because you're scared
But
to.
you're not helping our cause.
I don't
here,
have
are
to
you?
help you.
They keep acting as though it hasn't been addressed, so Ed ends up restating the same thing. It is not illegal to film in a public space just because someone doesn't like it. He even draws attention to the glaring inconsistency. They are standing there filming him while insinuating that his camera is suspect by nature. This hypocrisy is significant since it demonstrates that the recording process itself isn't the problem. It's the person with the lens. The statement that my suspicions provide me justification to act in a particular way follows. That's where things become risky. Suspicion is not an empty canvas. It must be specific, reasonable, and connected to a real offense.
I don't have to help you, do I?
You don't have to.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, Okay, I think we understand where we are.
I know where I understand where I am. I know the
understand
law.
where
You
I am.
don't. You those gentlemen over there, the guys who called the police, whoever called the police. I suggest you go and speak to them about Section 5 of the Criminal Law Act 1967, making a false report, because that's wasting police time, which is actually a criminal offence.
Okay. It's been nice talking to you. If you're heading towards the bus stop, then
I'll go wherever I like.
Have a lovely day.
I'll go wherever I like.
Well, you won't go wherever you like.
I will indeed.
Because parts of this.
I'll go anywhere that
university-
is publicly accessible. I will go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no one will stop me.
Yeah.
Not those guys up there. Not you guys
But what
either.
you need to understand at the moment.
I don't need to understand
just so
anything.
that
I know
we're
the
clear,
law.
Is so do I.
Yeah, no, you don't.
So do I. Okay.
You don't. You don't even
This
know
is a-
what Criminal
this-
Justice Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act
This is-
1972 is.
this-
Do you know it?
This is a
You need to
private.
know the ins and outs.
Of course you know. Of course, if you're gonna uphold the law, you have to know the ins and outs of the law. How can you tell me that you don't have to know the ins and outs of the law, but then you're here to uphold it? How does that make sense?
Ed does more than just protect himself. He shifts the emphasis. He notes that the individual who made the inflated report is the one who may have gone too far. They completely disregard the fact that intentionally providing false information that wastes police time is covered by Section 5 of the Criminal Law Act of 1967. That's telling. They examine him quickly, but they don't address the complaint's origin. The "you can't go wherever you like" line follows, which is only effective if a legal limit can be established. Ed makes it apparent that he is in an area that is open to the public. And one cop shrugs that you don't need to be well versed in the law, rather than appropriately addressing that. That isn't insignificant. It's an acknowledgement that power is being used without knowing the boundaries that govern it.
You're even a Somerset Constabulary, innit?
Okay.
Absolute joke.
It's been a pleasure talking to you.
I haven't enjoyed myself, actually. You've ruined my day. So go away now, please.
Parts of the university are private premises. There are public access routes.
I won't go anywhere that is private. I haven't been anywhere that's private, and I will not go anywhere that's private. As you could probably understand from the way I speak, I know exactly what I'm doing, sir. I know the laws that surround what I'm doing. I don't appreciate you accusing me of being a terrorist.
Well,
What's your number
I've
again?
not accused you of being a terrorist. I've explained.
693. You threatened
No, I
me. You
haven't.
said, "Oh, now I've got reason."
I've not threatened
Mate,
you
listen,
at all.
the camera doesn't lie.
I've not threatened you.
The
at
camera
all.
doesn't
You
lie.
can play your camera back.
I will. I'll be playing
I've
it
not
to your
threatened you at all.
superior.
I'm just explaining that if you're filming an empty university that's actually closed at the moment to the university is actually closed. All right, to the students. It's
I'm not a
closed-
student.
It's closed to staff.
I'm not staff.
So why are you here?
I'm a member of the public, and I'm in a publicly accessible area.
Right.
That's why I'm
Okay.
here.
Well, that's fine. If you want to film
I know it's fine.
in open public spaces.
Yeah, and I'm allowed.
That's fine, but
Yeah.
you won't be filming inside buildings.
I don't want to film inside
okay?
a building.
And if you trespass in private property,
It's a civil matter. Are you telling me that you're going to do something for a civil matter?
I will do. 'cause
Okay. Oh, so okay. Cool.
He will need to take action if Ed trespasses and records inside buildings. He's trying to use an unrealized situation to support pressure right now. In its most basic form, trespassing is a civil problem between a landowner and the occupant of the property. Unless there are particular aggravating circumstances, it is not always a police matter. You cannot threaten enforcement in advance of a fictitious civil lawsuit. Ed is not evading security, he is not inside a building, and he is not defying a legitimate order associated with a recognized authority.
That's another
security
complaint.
asks you to leave a private
They haven't-
premises and you
but I
refuse,
haven't been on private property.
and you refuse
But I haven't
to,
been on private property.
then I'll have
Sir,
to consider
listen.
my powers under the breach of the peace.
Oh, so now you're threatening me for a crime that listen. What part of my behaviour is threatening or abusive?
Well, nothing at the moment.
Okay, so don't threaten me with something that
I'm not
hasn't
threatening
happened
you.
or that isn't going to
I
happen.
also
You
know
are.
the
That's
law.
no. Listen, you're
Okay.
just threatening me with breach of the peace when a breach of the peace isn't going to happen
Well,
because
one
I'm
of
not
my
acting in.
fundamental roles is to prevent a breach of the peace.
Yeah, but there's going to be no breach of the peace because I'm not acting in a
That's
threatening
right.
or abusive
So
behaviour.
All I'm saying is don't go into private
I could-
premises,
listen,
don't film in the
how many
buildings.
times do you want to say that?
Okay, otherwise...
How many times do you want to say that, considering the
security
fact
will
that
have to
I said...
respond, and
Look,
then I'll have to support them to prevent a breach of the peace, is all I'm saying.
that's fine. You
And
could
that's
do,
me knowing my law.
That's fine. You could do that, but
Yeah,
I promise you that if the course of action that you've just stated happens, I'll sue you.
Well, that's fine. You're entitled to sue
And I'm
me.
going to make a complaint. 3 complaints in this 8 minutes 46 seconds, and 3 complaints about you. You're smart for keeping your mouth shut.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
You can complain.
See you later, then, guys. Go.
Okay.
Be gone.
Suddenly, as though to give the occasion weight, he floats the breach of peace. An argument cannot be saved by that power. It is in place for circumstances in which there is imminent violence or when someone is actually in danger. Ed poses the sole pertinent query. What actions of mine are abusive or threatening? None at the moment, is the officer's final admission. You cannot acknowledge that there is no threatening behavior while nevertheless warning someone about a breach of the peace. Invoking breach of the peace is not preventative policing if there is no violent behavior, no crowding, no threatening behavior, and no building of instability.
You don't need to be rude.
I'm not being rude.
Okay.
Plus, is rudeness a crime? Is it a free country? If I would like to be rude, I'm well within my rights to be rude.
Okay.
Okay? So go away, please, and leave me alone. You're harassing me.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks
All
very
right?
much.
Go away now. Told me I can't record in there, so now I'm going to have to walk round. You inform these guys that photography is not a crime as well, yeah? You educate these guys on the law. No, you're here. You're a public servant. You're here to uphold the law.
Yeah.
These guys have broken the law by filing a false report.
They haven't,
okay?
no.
Yes, they have.
Okay.
Yes, they have. They reported a crime when there wasn't a crime being committed. They made a false report. It is a breach of Section 5 of the Criminal Law Act 1967, and you are failing in your job right now,
Okay.
officer,
Well,
constable.
Thanks very much. It's been very nice talking to you. If you can maintain yourself on the public places,
I'll go wherever
okay,
I like. Thank you.
You know what my position is.
I'll
in
go
relation
wherever.
to
Yeah, you made threats. You made a threat of
I've not made a
arrest.
threat.
You did. You made an illegal threat of arrest. Bullies, guys.
Avoidance, not confrontation, is what ultimately sticks out. Following all of the suspicion, interrogation, covert threats, and implied authority, the police turn their attention from Ed to security. However, no apparent attempt has been made to question the original report's foundation. On video, the person who set off the reaction is not closely examined. No explanation, no fix, and no admission of exaggeration. That quiet is important. It wouldn't be necessary to discreetly leave the interaction if its basis was strong. It's also simple to overlook the change in energy. The police set the pace early on. They come up to him, ask him questions, and present him as a possible issue. That control is reduced by the end. Ed has not been taken into custody, searched, or given a formal warning. There has been no offense expressed. No legal boundary has been established. Frustration is all that remains. Not from chaos or peril, but rather from a relationship that never made sense. It is not retreat when he leaves. It's someone concluding that he has had enough of using circular reasoning. If this breakdown was helpful to you, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the video in order to help the channel and maintain this level of accountability. I'll see you all later.